My name's Alan Hart and today I'm going to install a new boiler. Always make sure that you use a gas safe registered engineer for any gas works. My name's Alan Hart and today I've got a bit of a emergency job today. Customer wanted to get the boiler, have a new boiler, but they needed it doing fairly quickly. But I'm booked up for quite a few weeks, so I've come in today, Saturday. I've come in on Saturday, and we've got an old glowworm there. I'll just show you that now. So we've got an old glowworm Betacon. I'm not sure what the fault is. I didn't come to do a fault. I've only come to quote to fit a new boiler. So we're going to remove this, and then we're going to install a new Baxi. So that's a new Baxi 830. So this is the new 800 range from Baxi. This comes with a 10-year parts and labour warranty. Just got Danny's come with me as well. He's very keen to help and work. So if anybody wants to give him a job. Just removing flue hood off the top. And all seals gone on this. That could have been one of the issues the customer were having. It's all brittle as out, it's just falling to bits. That's the flue seal on top of the boiler. So it's been quite easy to drain down. We've got the filling loop there, and we've also got the drain there, so you can drain the heating down straight into the where condensate went, or where washing machine goes. Undone hot nuts underneath. Put a test on gas, isolated electricity, done all the safety checks for electrics, and now we're just going to lift this boiler. Should just lift out. We've disconnected flue already, so that's out. So it should just lift off now, nice and easy. So we've got the boiler off the wall now. If we have a look there, it's had a remote expansion vessel fitted. So obviously the boiler had an issue with expansion vessel in past. Maybe it's lack of servicing, maybe they didn't pump the expansion vessel up, who knows. So I'm just going to unbox the Baxi 800 now. And when you open this, you get the instructions at the top. And in there, this is the first thing that we need. Just as template. So yeah, so we'll do that now. Also, if we look in the box for the Baxi 800, we've got the bracket that's going to fasten up wall in a few minutes, and then we've got all the pack, all the valves, and then we've got this little beauty. Baxi 800 comes with a filter in the box, so you don't have to buy a separate filter. So that's an AD, it's an AD filter. This also comes with a 10-year guarantee, same as the boiler. Just a little tip that I do: once we've got all the stuff at the top, take the box off, and then close the lid, and then you can use this for rubbish. And I put the straps back on, tip that upside down now, put the straps on, and now I can put all my rubbish in here. And then obviously when I go away from job, it's just easy just to put that into the van. Got the boiler on the wall now. Just got my level, well, I use a laser level, but just level inside side up boiler there, don't know if you can see. And then there's some screws, or there's some holes underneath. I'm just going to put some screws in both of them as well. This is just a genuine swap, real life really, so pipe work is not going to be amazing. We're just going to connect it back on to the existing pipes, so I'll show you that now. So if we have a look at the pipe work underneath, we can see that it's no work of art, it's no masterpiece. We're connecting back onto an existing system. It's got an expansion vessel there, which is quite new. This is a utility room and the customer's happy for that to stay, and it's not no detriment to the system, so we're going to leave that in as well. So I'm just going to connect these on. I've used press fit with these. I've got a new press gun somewhere. Just a little tip with this, with PRV, do your PRV before you do these other pipes, otherwise you won't be able to get in with it. I'll just zoom in now and I'll just show you. So the PRV is this one here. If you can see there, I'm just doing it through the existing hole. We're going to try and put a bend on there, or a 45, but it's too short. Is the piece, and you can't alter this piece here. It's a fixed piece that comes with boiler. So yeah, Danny's cemented flue up outside, and Danny's just going to put this flue collar on it now. Just got Danny putting a test on at the meter. So you've done a let by test, haven't you?
Yeah.
And what else?
I test at 10 millibar. Now I've put a temperature stabilisation on at 20 millibar, and now it's just going through a tightness.
So now you're doing the tightness test.
Yeah.
What's it looking like so far?
Looks good. It's holding.
It's alright, isn't it? What do we need to look for on this meter when we're looking on a meter? So we need to look that we've got
falling the right way.
Yeah. And then on-off tape.
Yeah.
And what else?
Emergency sticker.
Emergency sticker. Yeah. Also, we check that this isn't damaged and stuff as well.
Right.
No damage to the meter. So we can see on that we've got no gas leaks at all. Sound as bound as that. I'm just going to put filter on here. There's nowhere else really to put it. Just a little tip, what I do, sometimes these leak a little bit from these nuts here on these olives, so I use Loctite 55 on there, and I just put it a little bit around olive. Different people use different stuff, so you can also use paste as well. So I've got some paste in my tools that I use. You could use PTFE as well. One thing to remember, you're putting it on the face of the olive there. You're not putting it over the thread. So I see a lot of people putting PTFE and tape around this thread here, and there's no benefit to doing that. So if we do it there, when that goes on there, it's sealing against that, and then we just tighten that up. Letting Danny have a go now. Now just showing him what to do with tape. If we have a look outside, we've also put the collar on there now, or Danny has. When you first turn a Baxi 800 on, it won't work. You'll have 000 on there, and you need to put it into deaeration mode. You just turn it to 3 o'clock, back and back like that, and then it'll go through the deaeration, and then once it's done that, the boiler will work as normal. I'm going to do a Magna cleanse on this job. When I first started, I had the filling loop open on there, and I closed one of these valves off, and I just did a bit of a mains flush, and that's just before we start. But if I'm honest with you, the system's quite clean, but I'm going to put some MC3 cleaner in now into here, and then once we've flushed this round, I'm also going to do a mains flush afterwards to get this cleaner back out. I don't want to leave any traces of cleaner in the system, just in case it causes any problems later on. But I don't know if this would or not with AD product, but I know some chemicals do. So as I say, flush it round, do your Magna cleanse, and then make sure you get all that out. And then afterwards, after we've done that, we'll put some MC1 in as well, which is inhibitor. I'm just flushing this now just to get all the chemicals out of the system. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put mains water through the filling loop, and then close it all off and make it so it goes around all the system, and then out of here. And I'm going to hot and cold flush a few times. I've actually spent more time flushing this job. Than actually installing the boiler. The flushing of the system is the most important part of it. We've just got chemicals coming out of there now. Just running them down drain. As I say, this is the most important part of the job, is flushing it. To put this boiler into service mode, just go on to display here, just put that to there, and then it's on max there, so this will go on service mode at maximum rate, and if I turn that down on there, it'll go into service mode on the minimum rate. So I'm just going to do my emissions now with flue gas analyzer there. So I'm just going to take test point out of there and just plug that in. So at the moment this is testing with the flue gas analyzer, and it's testing on minimum rate. So I've put it onto minimum there. And as I say, if you want to test it on maximum, just turn that up to maximum, and that'll then change on here, and you'll see this, you can see it start going up. And then once you've done that, what you do then is swap your nipples over, swap your points over here, and just check your air integrity as well, just to make sure your flue is all okay. And that'll take a while just to settle, but you can see that it's dropping down. So that was a Baxi 800 installation, a Baxi 830. That comes with a 10-year parts and labour warranty. Just one thing to say about that job. My jobs are warts and all. They're all safe, and they're to the highest standard that I can do for the situation. In that particular case, the job was to replace the boiler, and it's not to cut the pipes back or to polish any pipes or shine out up or out like that. It was to put a new boiler in as quickly as possible for the customer, but in a safe and manner that complies with all the regs. So the most important part on that job, in my opinion, is to flush the system and give it a really good flush. So we spent obviously we put the new boiler in, and then we spent, I would say, twice as much time flushing the system than we did actually installing the boiler, because, as I say, that's the important thing. And I know that people will criticise the install because of the pipe work, etc., and that's fine. I don't mind that. Please add as many comments as you like below, and thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.